Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video in my course vlog series. In this video, I'll be showcasing the back nine of my round at Tobacco Road from back in June. So just to recap the front nine, shot 3 over, with the first 3 holes being pouring down rain, and it was 2 over through 3, so have a little bit of momentum going currently. So let's get onto the video. 10th hole is a 441-yard par 4, slight dogleg right, with a waste bunker stretching down the entire right side of the fairway. So what I try to do is I just really try to hit a little cut and kind of work it towards that waste bunker to cut off a little bit of distance. So now, second shot from 154 yards, I'm hitting a knockdown 8-iron. Just trying to control this one and hit it pretty well. Pulled it just a touch left of the flag. I thought it was going to be good though, because for where the flag was, I knew I had a little bit of a ridge just to the left of it, which would kick the ball down. Unfortunately, the ball did stay up on top of the hill. So I have about a 20-footer, 25-footer here for birdie down the hill. And if you guys watched the last video, you'll remember that I didn't really make any putts. Kind of lipped a couple out. So I'm really trying to put this one close. And just misread it a little bit. Did break back left at the end. I thought I would keep breaking right. So, first time playing the course, just having a tough time reading the greens, especially with the grain and not being used to it. So, I'll go and tap in for a par there on the 10th hole. And this is probably one of the easier holes at Tobacco Road. There's not much in the terms of big hills or anything. It's just a very straightaway par 4. Now onto the 11th hole, par 5, 531 yards. And like I said, the last hole was probably one of the easier holes. This hole was probably one of the harder holes, especially with the second shot. So, I'm just trying to hit it, kind of split the tree right in the center of the fairway and that bunker on the right. And my ball was heading right at that tree, so I knew I was fine with that. That tree in the fairway is about 285 out. Actually, 295, I think. So, pretty good just to get it back in play, and you can see that's the view of the tee box and back where my ball is. So second shot, I have 178 yards. Pins front, kind of right in the center though. So there's a big drop off in that bunker to the right, so I'm really trying to keep this ball left of the pin. So I did pull it just a touch and drew it. So wasn't the greatest swing, but left me in a place that I was okay with being. And that was the biggest thing, kind of managing those shots. And you can kind of see by the green that big drop off. And I actually do have a video of my dad hitting out of that bunker short of the green. I'm sitting right at the edge of the bunker, so I'm probably a good 20-25 feet above him. So you can see his ball came up just a touch short, which is actually a really good shot from that bunker. So on my third shot here, 24 yards from short left of the green. The only bad thing about leaving my second shot here was I was short-sighted and really had to play this one smart, fly it on the green, just let it release past the hole. It's going to be very difficult to get this one close unless I played something to land short of the green and chase up. So, now birdie putt for about 15 feet past the hole. All in all, not too upset having a 15-footer on this hole.
T-shirt on the line.
So, down the hill, down green, so I'm really trying to give this one just enough to start rolling, but not enough to really blaze past the hole. And you can see I didn't hit it very hard, misread it, and it rolled pretty far past the hole. Now this next putt was just stupid. It was about 5 feet, and I really should have marked this. And yeah, you can see, just that's being stupid. If it was a tournament, I definitely would have marked that and taken more time. So now on to the 12th hole, par 4, 419 yards. And just a big dogleg left around the corner. And I made a mistake here. This is lack of course knowledge. I did not need to hit driver here. The optimal play is to hit, for me would have been hit 2 lines short of the fairway bunker on the right, leaving myself about 150 in. So I tried to hit driver, and I did get very lucky carrying the corner. It was 287 on the line I carried it. I think I went just right of that. So you can see, looking back at the tee, there's the fairway. And This is a crazy green. This whole green slopes from front to back. So I have 83 yards here.
Actually got to keep it out right.
And everything also does bounce to the left. At least I was playing it to bounce left. So 83 yards. I'm playing this about 75. And really just trying to let it kick left and release down the hill. And I started just right of the flag. And this ball took a massive hop left. So played it perfectly how I wanted to. Unfortunately, it did spin just a touch, so I didn't quite run it past the hole to leave myself an uphill birdie putt. But only about 12 feet here for birdie. Once again, this is a straight down grain downhill putt. So playing a lot of break and really trying to give it a lot of respect and not do what I did on the last hole. And this ball just at the last second snapped left. So I'll go ahead and tap in for par there. Not a bad par on this hole, especially after making a little bad decision off the tee. So now we're on to the 13th hole.
Great putt.
And if there's any hole that's talked about at Tobacco Road, it's definitely the 13th hole. So this is a 573 par 5 with a very boring-ish tee shot. Really, I'm just trying to carry it over the right or left center of that fairway bunker and get it out in play. And I hit this one pretty well. Kind of right where I aimed. And now what makes this hole probably the most talked about is the second shot. Actually, second and third shot into this green. So unfortunately, I did hit my ball just a little too far, or hit it a little too far left. If I hit it a little further or a little shorter, I would have an angle to this hole. So I only have 224 here, but I'm just hitting a kind of hook 7-9 around that corner. Just trying to get it out there and play, and that's exactly what I did. Really just trying to get myself in a good position for my third shot. And I did hit this ball just a touch too far left. But now you can see why this hole is so talked about. And that's why one of the most iconic images of Tobacco Road is that approach into the green. So, 64 yards here, hitting a 58-degree wedge. And you can see the pin. It's just behind that waist bunker. So, this ball came out just a touch right of the flag. Did end up spinning, so I was very happy with that. So, left myself about a 15-footer for birdie. And after getting the shot to 15 feet, I was really wanting to make this to get a birdie on the card. And unfortunately, I left it about 3 inches short. I hit it a touch harder, and that ball rolls right into the center. And this is another one of those 12-foot flags. I mean, I'm 6'1", and you can see how big that flag is compared to me when I stand next to it. So there's another view of the screen. And you can see just how narrow this green actually is. So I want to apologize for this one, guys. This is the 14th hole, par 3, 205 yards. And for some reason, my camera recorded in slow motion. So I'm hitting a 7-9 here. It's downhill. 205 for a back pin. And I did catch this one heavy. Fortunately, it did fly far enough to where it did not go in the water. It ended up in a waste area left of the green. And this is from a lower tee box, my dad's shot, just so you guys can see a better view of this hole. He actually hit a pretty good shot here, getting it just slightly past the pin. He had about a 20-footer for birdie. So, second shot here, out of the waist area, 35 yards, and I'm just left of the green. But I had a really difficult shot here, because the green narrows right where I needed to land it. So it's either I play it outright and leave myself a longer putt, or try to carry it over that little ridge with some spin. I did try to carry it over the ridge. This ball came out just a touch off that bottom groove, so it did come out a little bit quicker than I wanted. But it did end up staying on the green, actually just past where my dad's ball ended up. So I have a putt at par from about 20 feet. You can see the water to the left and the tee box way on that hill above the water, so definitely a difficult par 3. So this putt, like I said, about 20 feet. Once again, downhill, and I'm looking at this putt and I'm thinking it's going to break just a touch to my left. And it went right. So the one thing with Tobacco Road is it's a course you have to play a lot to get to know. If you don't play this course at least 4 or 5 times, you're not going to really know where to aim. And I got lucky I've got a really good yardage book that helped me with everything. This is another example of a hole where I didn't really know what to hit. So this par 15 is a 365 par 4. I hit 3-wood, and I pulled it just a touch left. But what I didn't know is I could actually take driver over those right trees and get really close to this green. So I'm actually playing there in a week from when I'm doing this recording. So I will definitely hit a driver on this hole. So second shot, 144 yards, and I really just got a terrible lie. I'm really trying to hook this one because the pin is right on the left edge of the green. And hit exactly how I wanted, and this ball just did not go left, which really surprised me. With the ball above my feet and on an upslope, I really thought I could hook this a good 20 yards, and it maybe drew 5 yards at most. So you can see me looking at it, kind of being a little over dramatic on why that ball didn't go left. So I did leave myself in the greenside bunker, just long of the green. And these are all waste areas, so taking a practice swing in there was not a penalty. So I have 20 yards. And really, to get to this pin, there's a big slope, probably 12 feet short of this flag. So I'm really just trying to carry over that. And I did exactly what I wanted. Flew it to the spot, and it just didn't have enough check on it. It checked a little bit, but not as much as I was expecting it to. And it did roll past the pin a little bit, but I'd rather be on the correct side of that hill than I'm going to putt right down that hill where I'd have no chance at making it. So you can see I have about a 15-footer for par here. And another one of those 12-foot tall flags. So really cool to see how they use those flags to allow you to see some of these greens with all the slopes. So 15 feet, I'm just kind of looking up getting my line. So I'm just kind of cleaning off my line. So there's a lot of sand on this course, believe it or not. Especially around the greens, because there's waste bunkers that surround almost all the greens. It's really difficult to not have sand in your line. So I hit this putt right how I wanted to, and it just didn't break enough. I really thought I made this one, and unfortunately just slid past again. So unfortunately another bogey. So now I am +6 going on to hole 16. Hole 16 is a 326-yard par 4, hard dog leg left. And I'm just trying to hit a 4-iron out to the second fairway over the crap. And I'll show you guys I think I have a view of it for you guys. I did pull this one quite a bit and drew it, so this one we thought was going to be difficult to find. You can see I'm just not happy with the way I'm swinging right now. And we did find the ball. It is in the wiregrass, so unfortunately you guys cannot see it, but the ball is right there. So I have 75 yards here, and my ball is right behind right in front of a piece of wiregrass. So I'm taking a 54-degree wedge and thinking the little bush is gonna kill the yardage. So taking a little bit more club, trying to think 80 to 85 here. And unfortunately this ball just came out like a rocket. And the pin was back right on that, probably 3 or 4 paces off the back edge. And this ball, as you guys can see now, went long. And like I said, this is probably one of the most difficult chips of the day just because of the grain direction. So I was trying to fly it right into the grain and let it kill it. And that's exactly what I did, and that ball released out to about a foot. So that was definitely one of my best chips of the day. And if I can keep doing that, especially in courses around North Carolina, which I will be playing a lot more of in the near future, it'll definitely help lower my scores. And I think also playing more courses out there and just getting used to the grade in general will definitely help. So this is a view of the green. You can see that second fairway right there. And that waste bunker you saw on the right, there's a big mound that you have to hit over on your tee shot. So here's the 17th hole, par 3, downhill. And probably one of the biggest greens on the course. Narrow, but super long. I mean, from my tee box, if the pin was back right, I would not be able to see the flag. And there's just another view of the 16th hole from the 17th tee. So 17th hole, playing 135 yards downhill. I am hitting a pitching wedge because there is just a touch of wind up there. So I'm just trying to knock something down. It's only going to play about 125. So I'm really just trying to flat something down, and which I did just catch this off the toe. And you can see by my reaction right now, my ball landed. You'll see the waist area. You'll see my lie in the waist area short of the green. My ball landed right on the edge and bounced backwards. If it flies a foot further, it gets on the green. But it hit right on the edge and bounced all the way back. So, bunker shot with the green running away from me. Really nothing I could really do here unless I got lucky. And this ball rolled past the pin. I mean, there was really nothing I can do with the green running away from me being down green.
Yeah, I played that.
So now,
I wanted to.
putt for par. I got about 18 feet up the hill. And at this point, being +6 on the round, I told myself, there's no point in leaving this short. Just really try to get it there, and if it goes past the hole, it goes past the hole, but just give it a chance. Really still trying to wake up the putter. So rolled this with a lot of pace, and first putt made of the day, so that felt pretty good. So good par save there. Now moving on to the 18th hole. The 18th hole is a par 4, 432 yards, and I'm hitting a driver. A really cool tee shot because you're hitting over the road you come in on and over a wall of sand. So I really let this one go. Only being 432 yards, really wanted to get myself inside 130. So you can see, this is a view from one of the lower tee boxes of that wall of sand. And then you can see the elevation difference from my tee box, which was up top that hill. So now I have 135 yards into a back flag. And once again, having the yardage book really helped here. I could see that this whole green, starting from the middle, sloped to the back. So I'm really just trying to carry this onto that top of the ridge and let it trickle down. Unfortunately, I did just pull this one a touch left of where I wanted it. You can see I'm going up to look and see where that ball ends up. It did end up on the green, but it did not get down that hill. And you guys will see in a second where that ball ended up. Yeah, about 3 feet to the right, and it gets down that hill. So, very difficult putt here because it's straight downhill, straight down green. So I'm really just trying to barely tap this one and just let it creep its way down the hill. And that ball really just took off. I mean, you can see it's still moving. It's about 10 feet past the hole right now. So, very disappointed with that putt. I didn't feel like it was a bad putt, just really ended up in a bad position. So, I have another 15-footer up the hill for par. And you can see another one of those 12-foot tall flag poles that my dad's holding. So, once again, just tell myself, don't leave this putt short. And hit it with a lot of pace and dropped it in. So, 38-39 for a 77. Thank you guys for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Down grain.